Let's find out what happens.
I'm going back towards the skeletons. I break from Vax's grasp and start running back.
With that, the slick rain across her forearm, she squeaks her arm out from your grasp, and with that moment, you feel her disappear as she rushes back towards
You never could keep a lady.
I immediately pivot around and follow.
You see Keeper says,
Fire won't help, but I can.
Whoa.
And so can she.
As he looks over his shoulder, you can see the villagers are parting, and there is running behind them this form of a small humanoid armored entity, but glowing. Her actual form is comprised of glowing radiant energy, like an actual avatar of Sarenrae in the form of a tiny gnome cleric who's charging through the rain. Each droplet of rain that hits her body just immediately evaporates on impact, and she comes charging towards you guys.
I'm reaching down to help her up on the top of the wall.
And as you grab her arm, it's strange. It's warm to the touch, warmer than a natural arm, and it doesn't have full physical essence to it. It's almost like she's partially an apparition of her physical self. There is purchase, there is an actual form to it, but it doesn't feel fully solid.
How did you get here? What are you doing here? How did you get here?
Oh gosh, it's a long story. I don't know if we can talk about it right now. I kind of want to try. I kind of want to see what happens if I try to cast Turn Undead.
You in this semi-radiant form, you're back and leap into the air, and for a split second you see, with a flash of light, almost like these momentary feather angel wings just burst out of the shoulder of Pike, that flap once and then disperse into sparkling feathers that vanish under the rain. As Pike leaps out, landing 35 feet in the center of this.
What?
As you see all the skeletons begin to reach for you and their blades come pulling down towards your armor, you feel this welling up radiant energy just burst out from you, and this shock wave of glowing radiant force just blast outward. For that entire blast wave radius, you end up turning to ash roughly 36 of these skeletons.
Whoa!
What?
And also, lightning bolt comes from out of my body.
Out of your body in a straight line.
Can it come from my cock region?
What?
If you would like to.
I would like it to just spew forth out of my gonads just at them.
That is, of course you do.
Also, I'm trying to impress Pike. I got a lightning dick.
You do see, however, that the group of 10 villagers and Keeper Yennen are currently like rushing towards that group to hold them at bay. And Keeper runs over his shoulder and says,
You! Don't worry, we've got this. You do what you must. It has begun. Finish it.
And goes charging forward, holding his shield forward, rushing towards the group of skeletons.
Tea time. And I rush up with the warhammer and swing.
Okay, go for it.
Tea time. Tea time. I was picturing tea.
Like Happy Gilmore. Like Happy Gilmore.
A fistful. We're going to the giants now.
We have a choice.
Giants now.
Giants. Let's go get the giants. Let's split the
say,
party.
maybe
Split the party. I say we do it. Fuck it. Let's split the party.
And I'll sing a song of inspiration for Grog.
Alrighty.
Well, no, Whitestone's got problems, and no, we really can't solve them unless we make really deep cuts. So baby, show me that Grog blood.
This is my jam!
As it brings its club upward to the
As
air.
my reaction, I bring up my shawm. It's a horn, and I blow the note. The note is like Dumb and Dumber, the sound he makes.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
That hits.
Alright, so horrible squeaking sound. However, you in the middle of your battle trance, Pike, rush up, shield ahead, you take the mace, and seeing the open wound, slam the mace in there once. Wham! As you hit, the actual undead flesh burns away from the impact, leaving this kind of ashy swath of missing flesh in its body. A creature gives out this weird gurgly bellow as its missing jaw goes. Using that moment as it rears back, how do you want to do this?
She's gone. She ran away. She took her headphones off and did a lap.
Okay, I want him to sort of just explode with a radiant glow.
As he reaches back, you kind of see this foothold on its knee as it's kind of trying to keep itself aloft. You leap up using your sprinter's boots onto one of its knees, jump in the air, dropping your shield and 2 hands on your mace. You leap in the air, slam it downward as the mace impacts on the front of its chest. There's this brief moment of pause as it cracks into its flesh. Its head looks down at you, and there's a burst of divine energy as this entire torso just rips open. What would be organs with inside exposed, however, are all also turned to ash as the whole body just dissipates and disintegrates. As Pike lands on the ground, 3-point landing, mace in one hand, walks over, picks up her shield again, and kind of looks over her shoulder at Grog and Scanlan.
Can I faint?
Yeah.
As we go, I'm looking at clotheslines for any sort of beret type of a hat.
Not in this weather, not in this
A
city.
yarmulke, anything?
No. Whitestone, not really a beret kind of people.
Brother, you remember that giant a few years back?
I remember that giant.
You're up, and I shoot 2 arrows for my 2 attacks. One into his thigh, and then one into his breast, right here.
Okay, go for it. Roll for 2 attacks.
I'm gonna run up to him and I'm going to start swinging up the arrows on his chest and get up to his head.
Okay. So you run up, planting a foot on its thigh, leap in the air, grab onto the arrow that Vex left in its chest, kind of whip upward, and while you're in the air towards its face, bring the blade, slam into the center of its face, like kind of over one of the eyebrows. It slams into the skull, and using your weight, you tear down, dragging the blade across its face. The bone is brittle underneath its flesh, and it actually just hacks part of its face open. The bone and teeth immediately become visible. Its jaw clenches and actually clamps onto your blade as it reaches the bottom of its face. And you catch yourself there for a second. You manage to take your foot up, push off, pulling the blade out from under its toothy grasp, and you land on the ground right beside it. Just so you're aware, heat metal does 2d8 damage to him for holding on to it. Doesn't do additional damage.
18.
That's on! Hit it.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, that
Thank
feels
God.
so good.
Saving throw.
As he's bent over and I just saw my brother attack him with fire, I hit him with fire again, straight through the eyeball that's remaining,
Fuck yeah.
through the back of his head.
As you release the arrow itself, you can feel the warmth kind of licking the side of your face as the arrow heats up and release it. It shoots through the air like a tracer dart. Just the giant, which is currently like reaching back, has a hand palm out like it's going to go ahead and try and palm Vax after the attack. As it reaches up, it just into the back of the eye, and as it sinks inside of its head, there's this dull thud sound, like the fire bursts on the inside of its head. Its other eye just plumps out and hangs
Fire
from the
licks
side
out
as
from his
fire
eyeball.
darts out from that open socket. Its jaw kind of goes slack, and it just begins to lurch forward as it onto the muddy ground in front of you.
What?
Could you fix these?
Oh!
Fix
Did it
him!
work, though? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it worked. It's good, but they kind of sting a little bit.
Okay. I just put my hands in his hands and cast Cure Wounds.
I also just kind of hold her hands for a second.
I walk through and bust through their hands.
There you go.
Percy, how are you?
I don't know. I've had a cough. And I'm complicated.
His eyes are sunken, his jowls are shadowed. From what you recall of Percy, who was always, a seemingly healthy, if on the thin, pale side, individual, doubly more so than you've ever seen him. There is no physical, natural illness or discernible disease, but there is something unsettling about his presence that you never sensed before.
I'll do greater. Do you
Okay.
mind, Percy? Or is this...
No.
You feel this warmth kind of wash through your entire body, and for a brief moment, for the first time in a number of weeks, there's a moment of serenity to you. Your eyes instinctually close, and for a second, you feel like you're standing next to Pike in a void of darkness. As that warmth hits Pike, you sense something there. You sense a seed of darkness. There's something in him that you can almost reach out and grasp, and in that imaginative space, you thrust your hand out and grab onto it, and it's taut and it's fighting, but you pull and wrest it forth, and as you do, you feel it burn and dissipate. At which point, both of you guys open your eyes, kind of breathe in succession of each other. The energy fades from your hands and your form goes back to its full radiant physicality. You can remove a corruption point from yourself.
This is gonna sound like a very weird question, but does part of you want to hold on to some of this?
It could be. I'm not quite finished yet. We'll see where we are tomorrow.
Okay.
Not gonna pull any more jingamons, are you?
No. No, I'm not.
You sure? She just kind of did that little secret walk around there. We notice when you sneak off. You do know that, right?
But I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Hey. Was the only one who didn't give you shit for that. Just keep that in mind.
I want to tell you something. We are almost like family now. And I have seen you do many great things. And you have earned my trust. But if you hurt my sister, if you hurt anyone else in this group inadvertently,
I would expect no less.
well, all right then.
Vax? I have a sister.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
I'm hoping.
Well, hold on to that.
I shall.
Yes.
I lick my pinky and I put it in, and I slowly draw a big ball sack on Grog's forehead.
Unless those who are aware, there are a strange new series of smeared markings across Grog's face that he may not notice for quite some time.
I did do little hairs on them as well.
Oh,
Little
a
hairs.
detail.
Yes, well, it grows here,
Yeah.
so it grows there. You know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
You have dreams again. Dreams, images, flashes. Flashes of your family hanging from the sun tree. Never happened, but your mind creates the image for you. You see flashes of your sister screaming out to you as the arrows take her in the chest. You see a flash of what looks like a skull face. The skull brings itself to where you focus on one of its ocular sockets, and blood just begins to pour from the socket. Flash to black. The familiar voice once rings out again. Do not forget our deal.
Big man, you got mud or something on your face, come here. And I take my hand and I wipe it across his forehead and smear out what I did.
Don't fucking touch me!
Sorry.
Pike, can you leave us anything?
A hero's fucking feast.
A potion, a
hero's
spell,
feast is better
a
than any
prayer,
potion.
a symbol, a sigil, anything.
Hero's
Sigil.
sandwich.
Oh, a sigil.
It's a Google.
Said it wrong.
Thank you.
Oh, prepare to be gift, Mercer.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is it a
Out of the ground.
holy feast? Do we all do holy damage now?
No, but it is holy shit, it's delicious.
Holy shit, it's delicious!
It is very good.
So I take the clowns and I kind of darken them and do a giant Derolo crest that expands over the whole city.
And as you coalesce the clouds to be extremely dark and to form the Derolo crest symbol in the sky, as that happens, you begin to see, about 2 minutes later, little beacon lights begin to ignite across the city. Lanterns and torches being lit, and it looks like that the surviving remainder of the Whitestone Rebellion is rearing itself to attack. As a good solid try, all the force of you guys combined, there is just a lot of weight pressed up against the statue. The crates on the other side, the storage room is very full, and you find Vox Machina for all of its journeys, battles, victories, and celebratory events bested by a room of clutter.
Wait, Pike's gonna do this?
Okay, Pike, go ahead and make a roll d20, add your strength modifier.
Come on, Pike.
As you guys all take a moment and have this discussion, Pike just kind of steps forward, her hair kind of drifting a little bit behind her, like it's just buoyant in the air. She steps up and centers herself, sets her shield to the side, puts her mace down, closes her eyes, puts her hands on the statue, and just begins to shove and push. As she does, you guys hear.
Seriously?
And inside you see sitting, just squat in the ground, in a cell by herself, this woman kind of facing away, back up against the bars. And that's all you can see.
We're friends. We're here to bust you out of this place. Can you tell us who you are?
I'm Gloria. Gloria Sin.
And she kind of grabs your hand with her left hand and kind of pulls it and goes,
Please, don't leave me here. I can fare for my own. Just don't leave me here.
I'll fucking bite into the meat of my hand.
Okay.
Just
She kind of.
What's wrong with you?
A little. Oh no. Some nice type AB right here on tap.
She turns her head curiously and looks disgusted and disturbed by this display.
No.
Very confused.
Clean blood. Feel yourself, Tim.
I'm gonna act like I'm trying to pick the lock
Rogue at
to
work.
help her, but I'm really gonna not try very hard. I'm putting on a show for her. This is a really difficult lock.
Yes, please. Just like that. All right.
And then
You
what?
turn it this way. You
Yeah.
put the.
And
you don't even
I
have proper
snapped the
tools
thing,
for this.
I snapped the thing into the lock. Oh no! I knew I should.
Foolish girl.
When she went up and grabbed the lock with you, you only, her hands grabbed the lock. You only felt one hand.
Oh my god, it's Ripley! Oh my god, it's Ripley! Sorry.
What?
You're not there.
I'm saying that as Marisha, not as Keyleth. Saying that as a person.
The worst.
I'm sorry.
But anyway.
Wow.
Sure,
You don't know.
anything.
You don't know shit.
We are going to leave it there.
Oh my gosh!
Wait,